Hey everybody, Will here. Recently made the switch to the Craft application for note-taking and wanted to get some functionality around how I use scripture and how I quote scripture in my routines. Every day I have these daily pages where I capture things I'm grateful for, my intentions, some affirmations, and I also use it as a place to do some journaling about the scripture that I'm wrestling with that day. A lot of times I use Lectio Divina or something like that. And one thing I've wanted is a way to quote my scripture and automate it. So I use this other program called Keyboard Maestro to help me with that. Yesterday I made a macro for it. So let me just make a quick note here. And let's say I want to quote some scripture and get this in here. Let's see. Proverbs 16:3. So I've created a Keyboard Maestro macro that will get triggered when I type in /BG. So I'm going to do that now. And everything that's happening here is completely automated. I'm not touching anything. My keyboard isn't getting touched. But right now it's heading over to Bible Gateway. It's not my favorite scripture site. That would be YouVersion, but it was a little bit easier to isolate the elements there. As you can see, everything is now formatted and made super nice. So it grabbed the text, threw it in there, and displayed it in a focused way that lets me enable it. And it also created this thing called, which is very cool in applications like Craft or Rome Research or Notion, is you can now click this. And one of the great things is there's this concept of backlinks. So you can now see everywhere that I've worked with this particular verse before. And I can go click here and see my notes. This has been very helpful in other applications. And I find that this focus really helps me in my morning routine and for helping me to find later things that I've written about this verse. I'm so happy with the Craft application. It is a pleasure to use. You can create and share beautiful notes with it. It is just one in a million in terms of note-taking apps. You should definitely give it a try.